is Maddie. I read Lunch Money, so I am going to talk about Lunch Money. Lunch Money is written by Andrew Clements and illustrated by Brian Zalesnik. There is 1 through 222 pages, and main place is Ashworth Intermediate School. There are 4 main characters: Greg Hanton, Marshall, Mr. Janetopoulos, and Miss Davenport. First, Greg Hanton has heaps of talent. He's good at sports, he has a clear singing voice, good in musical instrument, and every school subject. His best talent had always been money, so when he was young, he earned money by cleaning his brother's room, and when he grew up, he started to selling something at the school like candy or chunky comic books. Mara is a friend who is also selling her chunky comic books at the school. First, they had a lot of problems being friends, but they are good friends now. Mr. Janetopoulos was Greg and Maria's math teacher. Mr. G loves math and he thinks mathematics is ultimate truth. So he lives with math and he helps them to become a good friend. And he can sell chunky comic books at the school. So he told them the school committee meeting times, and he said that he will support them. Lastly, Miss Davenport is the principal in Ashworth Intermediate School, and she disagreed with Greg and Maria selling their chunky comic books at the school. I said that Greg and Maria didn't want to be friends and had a lot of problems because when they met for the first time, they competed with each other, so they didn't like each other. Also, Maria copied Greg's idea and they fought a lot. That's why they don't want to be a friend. After fighting, Mr. G made them talk and understand each other. So that was the turning point in Greg and Maria's relationship. So they decided to sell some chunky comic books and to sell some Thus they changed Mr. G school committee people's mind. At the end, Greg and Maria sold them comic books at school. Greg shared his idea and donated their ideas.
Deep breath. Go ahead.
So they decided to sell some chunky comic books, and Mr. Z helped them to sell some chunky comic books at the school. Thus they changed school committee people's mind. At the end, Greg and Maria sold their chunky comic books at the school. Greg shared his idea and donated their money, which came from chunky comic books. Finally, he realized how good it made him feel to give that money away. Of course, I have favorite parts during read this book. I have 2 favorite parts. My first favorite part is that Maria gave her new chunky comic books to school. Chunky comic book to Greg, because that's mean they are close and they want to share their ideas. My second favorite part is presentation part, because I have a lot of people who are in the committee meeting raised their hands to Greg, Maria, and Mr. G, so they can sell their chunky comic books in the school student shop. Would I recommend this book for other people? I want to recommend to selfish people like when Greg wants to be a leech, because there is a lot of people who need help and support. However, there's a lot of people, a lot of leech who know just myself and they think money and support myself is the true love and happiness like Greg. And if we help them, support them, and if we help and support them, God will be more happy. So I think this is good book for selfish people or another people too, because I think everybody will like this book. Thus I want to recommend everybody. Thank you for listening my presentation.
Maddie, you did a great job.